Hello everybody and welcome to the Chicagoland Speedway for the Camping World 400 here on NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode, the third season of our career here at Chicagoland. Last season this race was in the round of 8 of the playoffs and certainly caused some chaos and shook up the playoff grid. What will happen today and about the middle of the regular season where it usually traditionally sits on the schedule? Stories of today's race here at Chicagoland: Chris Buescher is having a stellar weekend on speed. Ty Gibbs' arrival, as we know already, and Ryan Blaney, YRB, sits on pole here, and we'll see what he can do with Chicagoland Speedway. We're bringing back the number 99 Wendy Chevrolet. I believe we last ran at Dover, if I remember correctly. So we're back here in 28th as we are green and underway here at Chicagoland Speedway. Who is going to win in the Windy City? We are going to find out here as we are rough qualifying effort back here, 28th on the outside of Michael McDowell, looking for 27th, trying to find my way forwards. Find a way to get in some decent track positions. Last season, this race in the playoffs just did not go our way. It was a tough race. Didn't get the run that we were really looking for on speed. Hopefully trying to turn that around today to throw a huge block on Corey Heim down the backstretch right there, being very aggressive early in this race, trying to hold on to track positions. We know how hard it was last year to get back through the field, or even get through the field at all, as we were still stuck on the outside of Michael McDowell. We continue the drag race down the front stretch for 27th. We once again throw a little bit of a late block on Corey Heim, blocking his run, and now we do clear McDowell and instantly dive to the bottom of the racetrack and get to work on going by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for 26th. We easily make that. Got such a huge run. We're on the outside of Carson Hocevar for 25th. We get the run, big side drafts, and now split heat his teammate Zane Smith 3 wide up the middle for 24th place. We make it work somehow, squeezing through that hole. In the 24th we go, and I feel outside to the inside of Todd Gilliland, arrival, looking for 23rd place here. We'll get that. Dive to the inside of Kislowski and Bubba Wallace, 3 wide for 21st. We're starting to slowly but surely work our way forwards here. Larson, by the way, leading this race. We give Cole Custer a shot through the corner. Dive to the inside of Custer and Chandler Smith, last episode's winner. Now 3 wide for 19th. Got a run on them to go to the inside of Justin Haley and Josh Berry. Now a couple of forwards. There's Kyle Busch. Oh, we're loose. We sent it so hard. Now we're in the middle of 4 wide here at Chicagoland. Corey Heim forcing his way through there, bouncing up cars in the middle. 4 wide again as we split Kyle Busch. Incredible racing down the back here at Chicagoland. Corey Heim was all the way up to 16th. We move into 17th. Field upstater Eric Jones is going by. Chandler Smith going by us now as we drop down to 19th. Looks like we have about a 20th place cars. We're trying to hold off John Nemechek to get 19th. We cross over Chandler Smith, who's a 2-time winner this season, having a very impressive rookie season for JGR, but he gets by. Nemechek goes by on the inside, and we'll have to drop down to 20th here with 13 to go in stage 1 in Chicago. Still trying to fight back on the outside of John Hunter. We just don't have the pace to do it, and we give up the position and drop down to P20. Disappointing start to the race so far. Now field up there, work on the inside of the 54 of Ty Gibbs for 19th. Got pressure from Kislowski behind. Of course, Gibbs' arrival is going to get into us here, try to wreck me the entire corner, and he gets behind me and just completely punts me out of the way. No respect at all from this absolute hack in Ty Gibbs. Moves us out of the way. He's on the front stretch. I'm frustrated, and I'm honestly sick of dealing with this BS. So I just turn right directly into Ty Gibbs, hit him, and he goes head on to the outside wall. Huge hit for Gibbs, bouncing off of Bubba Wallace, drilled by Josh Berry. More cars coming. There's Kyle Busch and Ty Gibbs upside down in the air, end over end. A hellacious crash as he barrel rolls down to turn 1. The caution comes out. Everyone comes down pit road to make it, so they have enough fuel to make the end of the stage. So we're back here in 18th on this restart. We just destroyed Ty Gibbs in a senseless act of frustration down the front straightaway. NASCAR definitely not going to be happy with that one right there, as we're now on the outside of Brad Keselowski, fighting for 18th place. Trying to work by him, but we're stuck on the outside lane. We just have no speed at all. He goes by. There goes Hamlin coming through. Austin Hill, who's a rival, and Cole Custer on the inside of him. We're just continuing to drop position after position after position. Field upstater, we've now secured 19th. Oh, the 42 John Nemechek has a problem. The 42 is in trouble. Smoke coming out the front of Nemechek's engine. I think that's an engine failure on Nemechek. He's going way off the pace, stacking up a ton of cars, and Nemechek is out of this race. So we move into 18th now. 3 to go in stage 1. Austin Hill is going to my inside for this position. We try to go through our normal line through turn 1. Austin Hill just completely takes our line away, so we make big contact. Hill slides, and around he goes. Austin Hill spins in turn 1 and 2. Crashing, but no caution is called. here in Chicagoland Speedway. Now on the last lap of stage 1 here, going to 3 and 4. The 17 to Buescher in the top 5, blows a tire, puts Bell on the wall. Buescher then spins off of Chastain, hits the wall again, bounces off of Larson, collects Byron. They're crashing everywhere. And as we go through 3 and 4, there they are wrecking in front of us. Chris Buescher gets launched flying through the air, and we slam Eric Jones hard. After the caution, no stage points for us, but Tyler Reddick wins stage 1 as they crash behind him. Blaney, Briscoe, Chastain, and Bell the top 5, followed by Chandler Smith, Kyle Larson. How about Corey Hyman 8th? Alex Bowman and Keselowski the top 10. After the hellacious crash at the end of the stage, of course, we ran into Eric Jones. Typical Heat 5 glitch. We have no restart speed whatsoever, so as soon as we get up to second gear, we instantly move to the outside lane, move out of the way, doing the courteous thing to do, let everyone else go by, and we're going to have to get back to work and try to charge back through most of this field. So we drop all the way back now to 29th after restarting about 17th. A disastrous start to stage 2 because of the way that initial stage ends. So now we're sitting on the inside of Austin Hill, just completely driving through him. I mean, no respect between either. No love lost there between the two of us from the fights we've had for a few races, mainly today. He's now working the inside of Christian Eckes for 25th here. Trying to work our way back up to the top 15. 17 to go in stage 2. We go back underneath Eckes into 25th. Now go out to the inside of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. once again to go into 24th. Got pressure from Austin Hill, who continues to be a pain in our ass all race long right now. Just giving us a big shove here down this back straightaway. We try to hold him off as we go into 3 and 4. Elliott blocks. We hit the apron and we bounce at the track, and Austin Hill is completely uses us up, drives right through us in the corner. We are clearly not happy with it. So we get back in line. Austin Hill gets blocked by Sam Mayer. I swing to the inside of Hill. So now 16 to go in the stage. We go back to the inside. We door slam Austin Hill as we go into 1 and 2. Force our way by him and somehow manage to avoid making any sorts of counter. Sam Mayer. Austin Hill sideways behind us, slamming into cars behind us. He saves it. No yellow. We continue on. Now we side draft Sam Mayer for 23rd. As we don't want to make a rival out of him either, so we try to make this pass in 3 and 4, which we will do cleanly. We go by the young junior motorsports driver of Mayer, and into 23rd we go. Field there, 3 wide to the inside of Todd Gilliland and Ty Gibbs, making that pass with ease. We pass both of them, and then Gibbs once again, no respect for him, he completely gives us the bump, moves us out of the way. I'm frustrated with him like I was earlier in the race when we just absolutely sent him. But for now, just Chase Elliott slowing down. The 9, problems for Chase Elliott. The 9 is slow on the racetrack. And just like John Hernimchek earlier, Elliott loses an engine right in front of us. And Elliott is out of this race. Feel us right now. We're going to the inside of Daniel Hemrick for 18th. Trying to pass Bubba for 17th. We give him a bump draft down the front stretch here. Continuing to work our way through stage 2. Now there's 12 laps remaining in the second stage of racing. Swing to the inside. Bubba being desperate now, trying to get up to 17th. Lots of contact through turn 1 and 2. We force our way by Bubba Wallace. And into 17th we go. Later that lap we go the inside of Cole Custer down the back straightaway. And into 16th we go now, going by the former Xfinity Series champion, Stone Cold. So we go by Custer. And it's our sights on the 22 of Joey Logano for 15th place with 10 to go in this second stage of racing. But look at Chris Buescher out of nowhere. The 17 who had that horrible crash at the end of stage 1 has flown back through the field. Is back up to 15th now and forced us to make a mistake in our corner entry to turn 1, and Cole Custer moves us out of the way. So Custer goes into 17th. We fight back on the outside of Custer here, trying to make this pass on he and Joey Logano right there in front of us, who's struggling. But today Blaney continuing to lead and be in control of this second stage of racing, but we have to forfeit the position to Custer. We give a shot to, he gets blocked by Joey Logano down the front. So there's continuing to be a ferocious fight here, and we continue to push Cole Custer into turn 1, forcing him to go underneath his alliance teammate over at Team Penske and Joey Logano. We slide up the track, not the right entry we're looking for through 1 and 2. Still working the inside of Logano for 16th here as we got a shove from the 23 of Bubba Wallace down the back stretch and into 3 and 4 we go. And there's probably just a slow car up ahead on the inside lane. Somebody has an issue. That is the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Drama for DH. Denny Hamlin, one of the favorites to run well today. Another engine failure, the 3rd one of the day. Just like John Hernimchek and Chase Elliott, same thing to Hamlin, and he is out now of this race as we finally complete the pass on Cole Custer for 15th here, coming out of turn 2. And now Phillips there, we're coming in for our scheduled green flag pit stops right at the end of stage 2. A little bit of contact with Eric Jones, lots of contact coming in pit road, but we pass him on entry. And for us, it's just going to be 2 tires and fuel, an aggressive strategy call here to try to get some track position, maybe try to steal a stage point or 2. I'm just trying anything at this point. It has just not been our day. We just have not had the speed in the car to really compete today, so I'm just throwing Hail Mary strategy calls. So we come out pit road here in 9th. Behind Chandler Smith and Chase Briscoe, obviously we're going to be one of the slowest cars that pitted because we are on only 2 tires here. Here comes another car. Christopher Bell flies by us. So he goes into 9th. He dropped down to 10th. Now here comes Brad Keselowski coming out of 2. I move out of the way for him. Let Keselowski go by on the outside. I'm being very generous today on the racetrack, except for rivals, of course. But besides everyone else, I'm giving them lots of room, letting them go by if need be. So now we settle back in here into 11th. But Josh Berry is on pit road with a couple other cars. We might actually gain a position here on Josh Berry as Tyler Reddick inherits the race lead now, trying to sweep the stages with 2 to go in stage 2. We move into 10th now, in position to get the last stage point here. Now, last out of stage, Chris Buescher has caught us with Riley Herbst, his teammate, and we just can't hold him off. And we nearly steal a stage point, but Chris Buescher goes by, and Riley Herbst barely fits through. Chastain steals the stage 2 win. We come home 12th once again. Disappointed, earning no stage points, but we did gain track position on that strategy call. So Chastain wins the stage. Blaney, Reddick, Larson, Heim in the top 5. Very impressive day for him, followed by Briscoe, Chandler Smith, Bell, Keselowski, and Buescher, the top 10. So good days for Heim, Briscoe, and Smith. So now we restart here in 17th. After having to come down for 4 tires. A few other guys who pitted right there at the end, like Josh Berry, stayed out. So back underway. 24 laps to go here in Chicagoland Speedway. Who's going to come out with the victory? We have not really had the car to compete for the win. I'm trying everything I can to try to get some track position to get up there. We got Riley Herbst behind us. We're on the inside of Chris Buescher. We're in an RFK sandwich right now. We have Buescher on our inside, Keselowski right in front of us, and Riley Herbst right behind us. So we're in between all 3 of their cars. Like a good run, exit of 4. Swing to the inside of Keselowski and Bell. 3 wide. Pass down the front straightaway, drafting up to Chandler Smith up ahead. As we got a big push now from Riley Herbst, forces us to the inside of Chandler Smith and Corey Heim. We throw it into turn 1, an aggressive dive bomb, and it sticks even with the shot from Riley Herbst. Now we're going to the top 10 underneath Blaney, Chastain. Lots of stack up here as the slow car is Zane Smith and Corey LaJoy on the opposite strategy. This is that we are now 3 wide for 4th, going into 3 and 4. We have somehow flown into the top 5 now in 5th. With the shove from Riley Herbst going by Michael McDowell to retake 5th place. Throw the block and Herbst on the inside of Seabell for 4th. Get to the inside of Reddick for 3rd. Now we are 3 wide for the lead with Justin Haley and Josh Berry. Unbelievable. What a move. 22 to go. We absolutely send it in 1 and 2, but it is too deep and we completely wash up the racetrack, almost get into the wall. And there goes Reddick and Chastain. We're 2 of the fastest cars on the racetrack. 1-2. Reddick trying to win his way into the playoffs as we try to fend off Justin Haley's, who's on the off strategy here for 3rd place. Got a huge shot from Ryan Blaney right there, who muscles us out of the way. I'm not too happy about that, but I have no choice but to let him go here and swing low into 4th. Few laps later, we've dropped down to 9th. We just don't, like I said, don't have the speed or the grip to compete with these cars on equal tires to us. And now our old friend Austin Hill decides to come by us once again, so I swing to the inside of him with a nice crossover down this back straightaway. Corey Heim putting pressure on us as well. That 67 car has been on rails today. He's had a really, really good run. Now Austin Hill shoved us almost into the 60. Rather decided to get a huge lift, so I door slam Austin Hill coming out of 4 to show my displeasure. And now in the front stretch here, I just slam Austin Hill, completely dump him, because I am sick and tired of rivals slamming into me and putting me in the wall and trying to wreck me every lap. So I just lashed out there, dumped Austin Hill. No caution, by the way. Now a few laps later, Eric Jones goes by. We now slide down to 13th. Chris Buescher coming on through as we just continue to drop down through the order here. And the caution comes out. So everyone comes down pit road. Everyone now has enough fuel and tires to go to the end of this race. We restart here in 13th behind the 60 of Riley Herbst and the 2 of Austin Cindric. Herbst has been having a very impressive day in that 3rd RFK Ford, doing a great job in that 60 cars. We continue to battle C-Bell and outside now. Cindric gets checked up with Corey Heim. So I swing to the inside. That's with Sheldon Creed is stacking up lane. So I send it into 3 and 4, and Creed is just parking the bus in front of me. So I give him 1 bump, 2 bumps now, getting into Blaney as well, and finally move Creed out of the way on exit of 4. Force our way by into 8th place now with a shove from Austin Cindric in the 2. We finally make the pass now. Cindric gives us a run up to the 23-11 duo of Reddick and Wells. Look at Tyler Reddick make a move through the middle. He's flying. As we try to get to the outside of Bubba, a little bit of contact made, does not work. And we get pinned on the outside lane. Now Bubba trying to block, and he does, but we cross him up to go in the middle, 3 wide between him and Cindric. So we force our way by Bubba Wallace. Reddick being held up by Keselowski. Larson fighting Byron for the lead right now. We're getting stuck on this outside lane and just losing positions now. Nowhere we can go. We don't have the pace or the grip in the car to compete. A few laps later, we're down to 13th now. We managed to cross over Riley Herbst for 12th. As Keselowski's just all of a sudden is off the pace now. Stacked up Corey Heim, Brad back in 11th. He's slowing, so we swing to the inside of Brad now. go by Keselowski as he drive into 11th here with just 10 laps to go here at Chicagoland Speedway. One spot short of the top 10. Few laps later, dropped all the way down to 15th. We've had problems. The 5 of Kyle Larson into the pit lane with an issue. And possibly detrimental to his day. Now look at 8 to go. The 67 of Corey Heim blows a tire and spins out in front of the pack. Drilled by Riley Earps. Heim into the wall right in front of us. We slam on the brakes, narrowly avoiding disaster. We avoid making contact with Corey Heim. And unfortunately, here have to let a position go. Let 13th go Daniel Hemrick because he dropped down to 14th with a chaotic end of this race so far. Now we've caught back to Daniel Hemrick. We swing to the inside of with just 6 to go in this race. We try to secure 13th place, probably about the best we can get here in the closing laps. Tyler Reddick now in the race lead, driving away, looking to bring home his first win of the season, lock up that playoff position. Now white flag in the air, final lap, presented by Credit One Bank here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Tyler Reddick working his way through turn 3 and turn 4 for the final time here in Chicagoland, is about to win and become our 13th different winner as Tyler Reddick wins at Chicago. Busher, Smith, and Chastain with Blaney in the top 5. We limp it on home here as we see what happens to us here down this back straightaway. We let the lap car, Kyle Larson, see pity, felt like 2 laps down. We let the 5 go by on the outside. No really need to fight him here through 3 and 4 and make our rivalry any worse than it already is. And so we will bring home a 13th place finish, which is good for where we've ran most of the race. Still disappointing though, not quite to the caliber of speed I was looking for today to be up in the top 5, top 10. As now your final race results, of course, most important thing, Tyler Reddick, a winner for the first time this season, trying to go back to the championship 4 for the 2nd straight year. Reddick wins the Chicagoland, locks in a playoff spot from that 15th spot on the playoff grid, leaving just 3 spots now on points. Chris Busher, a huge recovery up to 2nd. Chandler Smith continues the momentum with a 3rd place finish. Good run for our teammate Chastain in 4th, and Blaney running out the top 5 in 5th. Chase Briscoe, solid 6th place run. Byron, Bowman, Bell, and Riley Earps with a really impressive top 10 finish here today. There's your top 10, of course. We end up in 13th. Good runs for Hemrick and Custer in the top 15. Tough days for Larson and Keselowski having to pit, 29th, 30th. Then Heim, McDowell, Hamlin, Elliott, Nemechek, all DNF with engine or tire issues. And now we look at your updated playoff grid. Just 7 races remain until the playoffs begin, and only 3 spots are left on points, as Reddick slots in 7th now with that win. And William Byron, Christopher Bell, and Ty Gibbs continue to have very, very comfortable gaps to the bubble and really don't need to worry yet unless we start really getting a rash of new winners like we're getting right now. Gibbs did lose 4 points to Hocevar, though, at the bubble. Hocevar, Berry, Eric Jones, Kyle Busch, everybody still pretty much in a must-win scenario there. There's no way they can really point their way in the rest of the season. So there's your updated playoff grid after today's race in Chicago. Now, as always, before we end the episode, I want to give a shout-out to my channel members. So I want to give a shout-out to my boy, Jeremy Isley. Been a member since day 1. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Jeremy, for the support. I appreciate it. Keep it up. And if any of you want to join us and become members as well, the link is in the description down below. Click and you'll get access to exclusive perks with the join button. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.